This is NDTV, and you're watching Classics.
Hello and welcome to Walk the Talk. I am Shekhar Gupta on unfamiliar turf, at least for me, a golf course. But my guest today, just 32 years old, but he can tell you all you need to know about golf and more. Arjun Atwal, welcome to Walk the Talk.
Thanks, Shekhar.
Let me tell you, in nearly 150 Walk the Talks, you're the first golfer. And you know why? Not because I don't think golf is a serious sport or I'm not fascinated by golf. It's just that so many of us know so little about your game.
I know, that's a fact, and I'm glad you've got me on the show, so I can enlighten a few of you what the sport is all about. It's a very young sport, so, but it's also a very exciting sport. I think a lot of Indians will, once they learn about it, a little bit about this game, they'll find it pretty exciting, So.
Well, because on the other hand, perception seems to be, you see so many older people playing golf, that it's somehow a retired man's sport or a corporate czar sport. It's not really a spunky young person's sport.
Right. Well, I think, that has been there for a long time. When I was a kid, when my dad first introduced me to golf, he was like, you should try playing golf. And I was playing every other sport, cricket being number one for me.
Right.
And I said, you play, Dad, you go ahead and play golf. I don't want to play golf. But the day I tried it, I got hooked. If you ask any of the golfers who play, they say, well, when I started it, after that I couldn't stop. It's an addiction, and that's what happened with me. So, and the thing is, around the world, it's starting to change.
Right.
I think because of Tiger Woods,
Right.
what he's done for the game at such a young age. He started at 2, and by the time he was 24 or whatever, he turned pro.
Right.
And that changed the whole look of the game, with him being so cool and, attracting to a lot of ethnicities, in America itself.
Right.
People from Thailand, because his mother is Thai.
Right.
So everyone around the world got a little bit younger playing golf.
And then Vijay Singh.
Vijay Singh,
Right.
for India,
Right.
what he's done, because even though he's from Fiji, he knows he's Indian.
Right.
And I know him pretty well, and he always tells me that, my first home will always be India. So
When you and he meet, do you talk about India? Do you talk about things Indian?
Always. And we always talk about our Indian food, because in America,
Right.
you don't get Indian food everywhere you go. And his wife, Ardena, loves to cook Indian food. She's Malaysian, but, Malaysian Indian cuisine is pretty similar.
Right.
So, we always talk about the Indian food and the Indian culture and, the movies, obviously. He also likes to watch a few of the Bollywood movies. So we've got a lot in common.
How Indian is he at heart?
Very, 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 very Indian,
I mean,
And the thing is, he knows Hindi fluent. Only thing is, when I speak to him, he doesn't like to speak because he is embarrassed. He's like...
That's how it always happens. You go to a restaurant in Beijing,
Yeah.
and you go with somebody who speaks fluent Chinese, and
Right.
you will find that he'll speak Chinese, and the waitresses would answer in English.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
Always happens like that.
Yeah.
But the problem with golf is a bit like problem with the educational system here. When people go to college,
Right.
or at least my times when we went to college, you had to choose. You had only two choices. You would try to become an engineer
Yeah.
or a doctor.
Right.
So if you try to become a sportsman in India, you try to become a cricketer
Yeah.
or a tennis player.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks of any other sport.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully, I can change that around a little bit.
Well, I think you are changing it. You made $1 million in a year, I presume. Or thereabouts.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the message across to people that it's not just a sport; it's a
Right.
career. I mean, first of all, people will start playing it as a game or whatever, and a passion and all that. But you can make a career out of it. It's like sending your kid to college to learn, to get his master's or whatever it is to, get a job. Nowadays, you have golf academies in America or wherever it is. You can, in fact, I want to talk about that later, where you can send your kids on a scholarship and they learn how to play golf and you make a career out of that.
It's a bit like all these young Russian girls land up in
Exactly.
Florida
Yeah.
at age 8, 9, 10
Yeah.
and become champions by
Yeah.
16.
In fact, that's where it is. The Bradenton Tennis Academy, that Bolletteries,
Right.
and IMG runs it, and that's where they have the golf thing now. So it's pretty impressive. You see the kids that come out of there. It's really good.
Yeah, because the golf scene in India has boomed lately.
Yeah.
I go running sometimes at City Fort Sports Complex, my only acquaintance with golf. And
Right.
I see a lot more people at the driving range.
Right.
Of course, I'm a victim of theirs because once I The only thing I've ever had to do with golf is when a ball came flying over the range and hit me on the sternum. And I went down thinking I'd died and gone to hell.
That's why you didn't ever start playing golf. You thought it's a contact sport.
I was on the wrong side of it.
Okay, yeah. You're at the receiving end of the.
Yeah.
No, but you should try it. I mean, you'll know what I'm talking about. And ranges like this, like Shreveport, is what we need. Like you said,
Delhi,
why
yeah.
are people not familiar with this game? Instead of building golf courses, which is so expensive to buy land and all that stuff, this concept of a driving range is so easy and so accessible for anyone to come out. You give 50 rupees, you get your clubs on rent, and you start hitting balls, and that's how you learn how
Also,
to play
people
golf.
get over their initial shyness.
Exactly, and in the driving range, it doesn't matter where you hit it, unless you hit it onto people, which would be not safe. But
somebody
most of
landed
the
it in the right place.
yeah. So, but I think it's a great idea for India right now to have a lot of driving ranges all over the country, not just the major cities. If they want to introduce golf in a big way, they should build driving ranges all over the place, and that really will help. And and people who make them will make money, because you can't lose money in a driving range.